Hi, this is Greg with another computer support video, and in this video we're going to be looking at audio recording on a Windows machine. This is Windows Vista. It'll be similar for Windows XP. I'm going to be using the Camtasia program as an example, but this applies to any other program like Audacity, for example, that uses audio recording. So let's go ahead and look at a few things first. On the front of the computer, we want to make sure that nothing's plugged into the headphone jack or microphone jack in the front. Such as this device here I'm holding is a USB adapter that goes to basically line input and line output jacks. And on the back of the computer, I'm going to run this around back here, you'll see some inputs, and you probably don't want to even try getting back here and messing with this, but just so you know, there's a green input which corresponds with the green green speaker plug you see there, and then to the right of that you'll see the microphone plug-in. To the left you see a blue line input. That doesn't work, unfortunately, with this Dell. So I don't even know why, but for some reason the operating system is confusing the microphone input with the line input. So the microphone input being the red plug-in, the line input being the blue plug-in in the back. So let me show you where we find that. I'm going to go here to the Start menu and into Control Panel of Windows, and we're going to click on Hardware and Sound. Okay. And then we're going to go to Manage Audio Devices. Okay, so I want to show you what happens if I go ahead and plug this little USB device in, which it actually came with a headset. If I plug that in, what you're going to see appearing here on the screen are some extra options here. Under Recording, the list is going to be quite a bit longer, and under Playback, the list is quite a bit longer. It's showing that there's a USB headset plugged in. And that's what that device is for. It's for a USB headset, and so you'll see it here as well. So we want to go ahead and unplug that device, and you hear the confirming noise from Windows saying, hey, somebody's unplugged a device. So now we just have the speakers as our playback or our output. Okay? And for recording of the long list here, we notice there's a green check mark next to line in. So the computer thinks that something is plugged into the line input. Well, I've actually, as you saw, plugged into the microphone input. Doesn't matter. We'll just leave all that alone. But these are the initial settings that you want to make all of this work properly. So just to review it again, you would go to the Start menu, to Control Panel, to Sounds, to Manage Sound Devices, and just make sure that Playback is set to Speakers and that Recording is set to the line in. So I'm going to click OK. And now what I'm going to go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and start Camtasia, which is the program I'm using for this example, Camtasia Studio 6. And I'm going to use this to record just a basic video, to give you some motion on screen. So we're going to switch to, here we're going to click on, I started Camtasia Studio, we're going to click on Record the Screen, and this option comes up. We can do full screen or custom. I'm just going to do custom. I'm going to pick a custom area on the screen to record. I'm going to use this box here. You can see I'm defining the box that's highlighted. And then we'll go to Internet Explorer. I'm going to just jump out here to a web page to find some video, so we can have both audio and video content. And we'll just jump over to YouTube. I know there's some content out here we can take a look at, and here we go. Here's a video about the iTunes 9. Okay, so right now,
this is Gregory Johnson with resourcesforlife.com, and this is a brief video.
Okay, so here's a video. I can hear it through the speakers. That's a good sign. So we're just getting started here with this. I'm going to plug this line input that you saw in the back of the computer that's plugged into the microphone jack. I'm going to plug it here to the left-hand side of this speaker array that's at the bottom of the display. And I'm also going to plug in my headset so I can kind of hear what's going on in the background. So here are the headsets. They're plugged in. This is all really important to make sure you are able to capture audio and that the audio is not going to have some sort of a humming noise to it. Okay, so we're going to box in the actual area that I want to be recording here on YouTube. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, I'm going to pick a different video just to give it something interesting here. So there we go. There's the video in the background. And you can't hear it right now unless I hold my microphone up here. But that's, now you can hear the Yeah, so there's some background audio to this video that's playing, right? And I'm going to go ahead and stop that now. So what we can notice here, which is really important, is right now I've stopped the video, there is no audio, and we don't see anything in this meter. As soon as I go up here and I play, then you notice some audio down here, and it's being recorded. There's no way to really adjust that. Notice how the adjustment meter here doesn't work, but you do notice here that line in high definition audio, that's what should be checked for this particular machine. It's a Dell Dimension 9200. Okay, so if I record now, what I'm going to get is pure, clean sound that accompanies this video. Let me go ahead and do that. We're getting our 3, 2, 1, the countdown, and there it is. So right now Camtasia is recording the video as well as the audio by means of capturing the line input. And I don't need to do much of this here. I'm just going to do stop. Okay, and so it creates that video file. I'm going to close out of the Internet Explorer window. It's going to play this back. And just so we can confirm that everything's working, yep. So I'm hearing the audio as well as seeing the video. So now I'm going to go ahead and press save. And I'll just save this and give it the name as Capture 1, and I'll put it on the desktop. Okay, there we go. And now that captured video can be used in the Camtasia Studio program to create a project. So I'll just go up here and I'll click on the Open folder, go to the desktop, and bring in, whoops, actually I want to import media, sorry about that. So I click on Import Media, and I go to my desktop, and from desktop I'll click that capture that I had, and there it is. And now I can drag that down to the timeline, and it's going to make some adjustments. I'll just go ahead and say OK. And now I'm going to unplug the headphones and the line input from the left-hand side of that speaker array. I can go down here and click on play. Now we're listening to actually music soundtrack that goes with this video, so that maybe isn't the best example because there's a little bit of what sounds like distortion in the music video. But anyway, you get the idea. So what we've been able to do by removing any unnecessary audio devices like the USB adapter I showed you is just have basically the line input to the computer recording what's coming out of the speaker, and we wanted to make sure that the volume level wasn't over modulated, and that's basically it. That's everything. I do want to mention, if you do have volume control like we did over here, just to correct something I said earlier, you could adjust the volume to bring that volume level up a little bit. But another suggestion before I close this video out is anytime you're going to be working on a project that involves more than, like, say 5 minutes, if it's like half an hour project, an hour, whatever, if you're really tweaking and working on something, you always want to make sure you do a demo first. So you, like I did, record 10 seconds. Kind of step through the process. Make sure everything's working, because you don't want to get part way into this and then find out, oh, my cropping wasn't right on the video, or oh, gee, there's, the audio wasn't even there. I've had that come up with people later realize, oh, it wasn't recording audio. So every step along the way, probably make backups and check to make sure everything's working, because you don't want to get all the way done and find it out. So the other thing you want to make sure is that there's no humming noise. And if there is humming noise, go back through this video, make sure you're doing everything that I've outlined in the video, and also make sure everything's plugged in properly. You want to make sure there are no cables that are just partially plugged in. So anyway, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, feel free to email or get in touch. Thanks.